Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you all according to your time and locations. You'll be watching this video. Yes, my dear viewers, I am back again with another update. So guys, I have a video here I would like we all to watch. But before then, if you're meeting my channel for the very first time, you're highly welcome. Please kindly do well to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your thought on the comment section. Let us know what you think about this video, and I will see you towards the end.
So Cabal, as your union is otherwise known, has been on this matter for a very long time. And killings, conflict, crises in southern Kaduna has been there for decades. What, in your opinion, do you think that government can do to find a solution and resolve conflict and ensure peace in southern Kaduna?
Thank you for that very question. As a matter of fact, we all know that in human society, the most powerful individual or body actually takes responsibility. The buck stops on he who has the power, he who has the strength, the capacity to do something. And so I feel where we are now, it is obvious that the ball is in the court of government, the authorities, the powers that be, to do the needful. Where they are unable to, they should seek help within and without. And from all indications, they have not been able to do justice to the situation, and they have refused to seek help, because the people who are suffering as a result of their own inadequacies are capable and willing to help, but the government is not ready to provide the enabling environment for the people to help them. And so if they insist the people should not help, then they should be able to get the job done. So as far as we are concerned, the government has everything that it needs to take care of the problem. But they have clearly shown the unwillingness. It's not an inability. We believe they have everything that it takes. We know the capacity of our police and our armed forces. We know the exploits they display whenever they go out of the country for peacekeeping and other operations. They come back with a lot of laurels. Why is it that when it comes home, they suddenly become impotent? And so we feel that there are no excuses that the government can give. I believe, in fact, I don't even want to blame the police or the security forces. No. Because I know they are at the beck and call of the authorities and the powers that be. And they take orders. Whatever they do is based on instructions, it's based on orders. So if they do anything, it is what they have been told to do. And if they are not doing what they have been told to do, the person who gave the orders and they didn't comply should be able to take necessary action against them. But we don't see that happening. And instead, no matter how bad the situation is, in fact, it took a lot of national outcry before the president and commander-in-chief agreed to change service chiefs, some years ago, when all indications were showing that they were not being effective. But if that was satisfactory to the powers that be, then that means the government was okay with the situation that we had on ground. And so they have no reason whatsoever to push the buck to anybody.
All right. Well, Mr. Mesemari, the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, is always quick to send his condolences and just how deeply saddened he is by the happenings or the killings in southern Kaduna. But here you're saying is that if there's political will, this ought to have been dealt with decisively. You talk about an enabling environment. Can you expand on that? What does an enabling environment look like in terms of dealing with this situation? Then you talk about the powers that be who are not doing anything about what is going on when they had the powers to. Who are these powers that be? Who do you think should be the one doing, and what should they be doing? Because you have the platform now. Speak to them.
Thank you. First of all, I want to comment about the condolences that the government or the governor of Kaduna State usually makes. Though not always, we have seen how he has been partial with his condolences. In the sense that when these kind of things happen in some places, sometimes he goes there himself to express the condolences. And when it happens in other places, it is not always the same. But in any case, the condolences are mere verbal expressions. Everybody knows that action speaks louder than words. Honestly, his actions have not matched up with his words. We are not satisfied with mere condolences. If indeed you sympathize with people who have been at the receiving end of terrorism for almost a decade or more now, it is a matter of doing something practically. But here we are. There is absolutely nothing. In other places where these kind of things are happening, you will see IDP camps set up by the government, being funded and financed by the government and in collaboration with others. But in Southern Kaduna, there is nothing like that. So that's what I mean by actions should speak louder than words. Even if he doesn't express any verbal condolences, but he takes action to ameliorate the suffering of the people, that will be enough for us. And talking about the powers that be, of course, you don't even have to add, it is quite obvious. We have a government on the throne now. There was no time we ever had a vacuum. We have political leaders who have all the powers and all the resources, human, material, and whatever, at their disposal. They appropriate them the way they so want. And so if we have emergencies, national emergencies, that are claiming the lives of thousands of people, and yet that is not prioritized. And instead, what you have is people are prioritizing the demolition and construction of shopping malls, of expressways, of markets. What will you say about that? So as far as we are concerned here, like it is said that the security and welfare of the people is the primary responsibility of government. We have not seen that being done. The government has different priorities other than that. And they have shown that practically by where they have spent the money and how they have used their powers. Instead of using the power to ameliorate the condition of the people, they use it to further suppress and punish them for even complaining that they are not getting the attention that they need to get. So as far as I'm concerned, the powers that are obvious. They know themselves, and they know they are not doing what they are supposed to be doing. But worst of all, they don't even want anybody to complain about that. Where are we heading to? In other climes, those who are in charge, when they notice that they have lost control, the common cliche here is that the authorities, or is it the security men or whatever, are on top of the situation. That, of course, is not true. We have never been in top of the situations that we have. Not even this security one. Even our own economic and other problems, we are not on top of them. And yet our powers that be, who know themselves very clearly, claim they are on top of the situation. And if they are saying so, it means that they are satisfied with where we are now. And if they are satisfied with where we are now, then it means that they don't even know what they are doing. Because what is happening in Nigeria, to Nigeria is an international embarrassment.
Okay. Mr. Marie, commiseration to all the people of Southern Kaduna with what has happened. I lived in Kaduna for a few years during my early years, and I know that terrain fairly well. There is this point that people often make, that blame game gets you very little or almost nothing. But when you identify an area of problem and you point it out with a view to find solution, that will be the first step towards improvement. Now, here is my point. The governor of Kaduna State has almost consistently said he is sad about the spate of attack in the state. I can recollect a couple of times that he has gone to the president to say we're not getting the help that we need in our state, which is Kaduna. So when you look at that, where do you want to put a blame? Where do you want to point the areas of errors that require correction that would help to improve the state of security in southern Kaduna and Kaduna State as a whole? Where would you want to put it? Do you put it at the doorstep of the governor, and what is it that he is not doing well enough or is not doing at all that you can pinpoint 1, 2, or 3 points? Or do you put it at the doorstep of the security agencies that should guarantee the safety of lives and property, not only in southern Kaduna, but in the whole of the state? So is it a case of both of them are completely wrong and they need to change? Where would you want the change to be effected?
Thank you very much. What I know is that, like I said earlier, if you need to put any blame, put it at the very top, because every other person or group or organization below is at their beck and call. If they are not doing what they need to do, he can sack them, he can redeploy them, he can punish them, he can do anything that is necessary for them to do the right thing. And as long as these people are not doing the right thing, and you are the authorities that are tolerating it, it means that they are the problem. So if you are talking about specific suggestions, I can tell you government has more than enough. From experts, security experts, local and international.